Okay, so we're going to talk about bloodstone, which is really the heart and the principal essence of this base chakra trinity that we're working with. And bloodstone is another one of these stones that seems to get overlooked. It's a dark green color that often has speckles of red through it. Looks like a blood splash. So it really shows us the affinity it has with the blood in its name, but also in its appearance. And just the fact that it's even got those two colors, it's got the beautiful healing ray, the green frequency of the heart and the connection with our physical hearts and our circulatory system that then sends it all the way through our bloodstream into the base. So it's really connected with the base, but also just the blood itself that originates in the heart. So bloodstone is also energetically, it represents the first step on our pathway of ascension, and that really is represented by physical mastery. So in order to expand in all the possible ways that we can, we first really need to, look after this temple, our bodies, and to understand them. And there's so much that, it is such an intricate system. There's like myriads of ways we can tune into and look into our body and how to be in greatest health and vitality. But I really recommend looking at the bloods, because our blood is like our internal irrigation system, our waters, our deep waters. And, essentially it's a map for everything. So if you haven't ever had a live blood analysis or looked at your own blood, that would be a very interesting pathway to go in. But it was also a principal stone of purification. So when we think about waters of our body, let's say waters of a river even, when they get stagnant, they get smelly and they grow gross things, and they just basically become toxic. And that's the same in our body. When we don't have the blood flow and the oxygenation moving through our body, there can be stagnancy that gets held within the blood, like all kinds of circulation issues through lack of movement, but also lack of oxygenation, and also giving ourselves the base minerals we need for really healthy, vital, iron-rich blood. So there's a lot we can do on the physical level, but from an energetic level, working with bloodstone really targets the whole circulatory system, and also moving any areas where we feel stagnant in our lives. So often if we feel a bit bored, if we're a bit like over the mundane ins and outs of daily activities of life, and when you feel like you're stuck and nothing's changing, this is when bloodstone, the frequency of bloodstone is really fantastic, because it gets us to see, the things that are getting built up, both emotionally, like unexpressed emotions, physically and energetically. It's all very much interconnected, and the physical pathway is through the blood. So aside from getting, a professional, whether it's a naturopath or a doctor, to actually do blood tests to look at the minerals and the balances within your own blood, what you can do is actually get your heart pumping. So it's this working with the heart and also working with the feet, because the feet, as we know, connect in with the base chakra as well. So we're wanting to bring the blood that is like originating from our heart and moving it through our body by moving our feet. So you can see how that really carries on from onyx. So bloodstone is also one of those ones, because it's a purifier, it's really recommended that when we're working with it, we drink lots of water. So looking at our water content, when we think about our blood, it's about our emotional body, and it's about the water content and how that moves. So we want to make sure that we're hydrating as much as possible. I would always recommend at least 2 litres of water a day, and at the start of the day as well. That's when our body's in purification mode. So it's also a really wonderful time when we're embarking on this physical body and purification systems to really look into your water, the water that you're drinking and hydrating with, really looking into your bloods, as I mentioned, your diet, the minerals that you're supporting your body with that might need supplementation, for example, iron, magnesium, a whole range of different vitamins that are essential building blocks for a vital energy. And especially if you're feeling stagnant, it's like a perfect opportunity to look into those things. So as we work with the bloodstone, we're actually increasing our blood's capacity to hold light and to move it through our bodies to increase vitality, remove stagnancy, and to also just ultimately give us a little bit more joy for life. And it's interesting because the animal that is associated with bloodstone is the hummingbird. So essentially it's like hummingbird medicine, which is this lightness, this imagine, the feeling of a hummingbird is very opposite from feeling bogged down and heavy and burdened. It's a very joyful energy. It's a very light energy. It's the medicine of the heart. And this is what bloodstone opens for us by helping us shift any feelings that are opposite to that, which is feeling stuck, feeling bored, feeling stagnant, feeling over it, feeling tired, feeling lackluster. So working with bloodstone, along with all the things that I've mentioned to support your blood health and your circulation, your circulatory system, to bring more vitality, more oxygen, more radiance into your life, is really going to be beautiful. So remember to drink lots of water, and I'll move on to the next.